Motivation and preparation led to a new sensation, new creation. That's what you're facing. Now watch my elevation.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Anthony Joshua. And we're going to go to Michael Benson to review these comments. We're going to go to his Twitter. But these comments were made on Talk Sport, I believe, by Anthony Joshua. So here are the comments. Anthony Joshua said this. It said from Michael Benson. Anthony Joshua on what his corner told him during the Alexander Usyk fight. And this is the quote from Joshua. I swear I thought I was winning. I thought I was looking like Muhammad Ali in there. I didn't get any impression I was losing. That's what they announced. Usyk's name. That's why when they announced Usyk's name, I was kind of like, huh? Excuse me. And then he goes on to say, Anthony Joshua quotes, you need to have good defense. But I moved away from the ferocious side of boxing where I knew I could hit and stun people. And I do miss the days of slicing people's faces open and hurting them, for sure. So I am looking forward to getting back to that. That's what Anthony Joshua had to say. I'm going to turn it over to Conspiracy G.
Now, honestly, I would like Ned to open this up. I want to
ask for Ned. Go ahead, Ned.
Let's hear you talking about your hero now. Let's go.
Hey, man. You know, I thought you was winning some rounds.
Nice.
But then, no, listen. Usyk took it. Usyk won that fight. I thought it was close till the later rounds where Usyk took it from you. It was close till Usyk took it from you. And then, you know, that ending of that fight, you almost got knocked out. You were saved by the bell, or they stopped the clock early and ended the fight. You know, but I like the second part of that statement where he says, I want to go back to that ferocious style where hitting people in the face and slicing them up open. Let's get there. That's what I'm talking about, that killer instinct, AJ. Sound like you want to be that dog again. Let's go. Let's get you off that leash, boy. Let's go, AJ. Let's do it.
Do that. Oh, okay, got you.
All right, that's it for you, Ned.
What else could you say?
Now we're going to turn it over to Conspiracy G.
Man, listen. All cap. I'm gonna be honest. I remember that fight. Yo, Ned, hold on. Were you at my crib when we was watching it?
No, I was watching at my crib.
Oh, no, I remember. I kept hearing some idiot screaming, "Brilliant, AJ, brilliant!" I'm like, brilliant. I'm like, bro, he just got smacked that round. Another round getting smacked. Brilliant, brilliant. I'm like, who the hell? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, do they really think they winning this fight? Like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? And then come to find out, everyone on Twitter was telling me that was McCracken, his head coach. I was like, damn, man. Because, you know, I don't like saying, yo, you should move on to another trainer. But to be that negligent in a fight that's clear as day, your man's getting smacked. There was a point where Usyk, was it the last round? Usyk, it looked like Usyk stopped hitting my man because he didn't even want to knock him out because Usyk was like, half bitters. Usyk's like, I want the rematch. I'll knock you out.
Usyk said, there goes the rematch.
That's what I'm saying. So he just stopped. And AJ, I remember AJ was doing all this widow stuff, and he was like, put out his tongue. I'm like, yo, AJ, you just got body back, fam. Like, I don't know, in your mind, you really think you won that? And then you got the nerve to say fluff, talking about, oh, you know, I'm used to just slicing dudes' heads off, and I can't wait to get back to the old me, the old you against Usyk. But come on, man. Listen, you could try. And I really do hope, I honestly hope AJ bullies Usyk. I don't know how he gonna do that, bro. With a dude with those type of legs that Usyk got, man, the movement that he got, the angles, I'm telling you, I remember that fight. Usyk will move to like the left. No, he'll move like to the right, but still land like a jab. He'll do like weirdo stuff, like he's moving at angles and still hitting dudes with jabs. And I'm like, yo, how's he doing that? Like, he doesn't fight like the average heavyweight fighter or any heavyweight champion of old. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. And AJ, I remember when we watched something before, like we did a segment before where AJ was talking about he don't really look at film and stuff. Yo, listen, man, these guys kill me, man. AJ, honestly, I don't even believe AJ no more. When I hear these, when you was reading those tweets, I was like, I think in his mind, he goes, what can I say to win back the audience, right? To win back the public.
You say he's like Hillary Clinton. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Son, yeah, yo, you know I'm walking around with hot sauce in my purse.
Views and opinions.
I got hot sauce in my purse.
Man, like, I don't know, man. It's like, to me, Joshua, because remember, like, Joshua, I still remember back in the days, right, when Joshua was clowning Tyson Fury. Like, yo, Tyson Fury, yo, he's boring. Yo, this dude wants to box. I'm here to just take people's heads off. Right? That's what a king does. Remember, he's talking like king talk back then. Then what happened with Ruiz? He got knocked out. Then out of nowhere, then he's like, yeah, I got to get back to learning how to box hit and not get hit. Cool. Now you're boxing against a superior boxer. You get beat, and now you're like, yo, now I want to go back to slice your heads off. Bro, make up your mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you making it seem like Usyk is like that easy. It's not that easy, bro. You could try, and I hope you win. But I doubt it. Go ahead, Kaden. Go ahead.
Yo, I'm just listening to you, G. Like, the adjectives you use to describe Usyk today.
Listen, I admit when I'm wrong.
Footwork. Hold up.
But I admit when I'm
no
wrong.
No one would believe that you were the guy who dubbed him Ukrainian soup. Ukrainian soup is what you use to call Usyk. And when we would tell you how talented Usyk is, his skill set, you just said, I can't believe how he moved around the ring. It was like magic, all this stuff. We try to tell you that, and you would act like AJ's going to body bag him. Ukrainian soup. He ain't nothing. So to hear the way you rave about Usyk today, my brother.
And the way it's good. G, you bullied me about Derek Chishaw.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
The fix is in.
Yo, it is in. It is in. You know where I'm going with this. Yo, God bless Usyk. God bless the Ukraine.
Yo, listen.
But the G curse.
Listen. Yo, it's hard for me, man. I don't even want to make my prediction because I feel like y'all gonna clown me anyways. No matter what I say, I'm gonna get clowned. I'm just stating the obvious. Yo, listen. Yo, I've been wrong a couple of times in boxing. This is one of those times. Usyk impressed me, man. I was like, you know what?
Save the curse for later.
Hold on, I'm just saying. Yeah, I called him Ukrainian soup. But then I was like, you know what? That's the most heartiest Ukrainian soup I've ever seen in my life.
No, I'm not gonna let you do this, yo. Those of our regulars who know, and yo, G used to say Ukrainian soup with the bass in his voice. Like we would try to say, G, like you can't call Usyk food. He's soup. You know what I'm saying? We eating Ukrainian. Blah blah blah. Now you talking about
wrong, and I was wrong. I'm just saying I was wrong. Hey, you learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it, G. But yo, when you were just raving about Usyk, I'm like, yo, this is night and day, dog.
To be honest with you, it almost reminds me of. It almost was the same thing when Axeman fought Lomachenko. I was like, the Axeman gonna chop this dude up in pieces. And, Loma did him crazy, and I was like, "Damn, son." You know what I mean? Hey, it happens. Sometimes you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that's the beauty of the sport. It's two men get in the ring. It's like, hey, who has the superior strategy, who has the superior skill to get the victory? Some dudes may have the excellent game plan. Another dude might just have the excellent punch. Yo, Usyk, man, I don't know, man. Listen, AJ, he has a puncher's chance. I do believe that. But, man, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we shouldn't even do predictions. Well, I shouldn't be there. When y'all do predictions, I'm calling out.
Nah, yo.
I feel like y'all gonna blame me.
You know the people, G.
Yo, listen,
Steve,
they don't blame me.
Steve,
You know what I'm
your
saying?
predictions are so important to the Boxing Bros community, but most important to the betting community at large. You need to be there.
I'm gonna keep it on. If I had to pick right now, I'm sorry, I'm leaning towards Usyk, bruh, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But what I seen in that first match, yo, come on, man. He made Joshua look like a child, bro. It's like it just looked bad, yo. Yo, man. Anthony was struggling to land punches, and this is Anthony Joshua that usually gets in the ring, hits a dude a couple of times, and they turn their back. You know what I'm saying? They run away. Pulev ran away, son. Pulev literally said, "Pardon my back" in the ring. Usyk never had to show his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Just there's levels to this, yo. That's all I'm saying, man.
No, I respect the $1 bill.
I gotta close the window.
No, I didn't jump out the window. I gotta say, this segment, I was pretty logical. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, G. You made a lot of good points. A couple points I do disagree with, though. Here's the thing. Anthony Joshua, he was made to believe that he was winning that fight. You know what I'm saying? You even said it yourself. From what his trainer was telling him, he was doing everything right, and he was winning the fight, which was wrong. It's the wrong game plan. He came in there trying to outbox Usyk. And Usyk has better boxing skills. AJ did have success when he finally cut off the ring at one moment and went to the body of Usyk. I forgot which round it was, but he hit Usyk so hard in the body, Usyk took couple laps around the ring, and he stayed away from Joshua. When Joshua went to the body and he cut off the ring, he had success. When he tried to box with Usyk, that's when he was getting tagged up. So, in his comments of saying that he thought that he was like Ali in there, I think he was misled by his corner to think that he was doing good. But we all know that was cap. Because he was getting outboxed when he was trying to box Usyk. Now, when he talks about going back to that, that gritty style, going for people's what G would call guillotine style, I could see that. Because that would be the only way to me that he would have success, because that was the only time that he had success in that fight. He's going to have to oppose his size, even though I'm sure Usyk probably grew into, a bigger size as well. But he would have to use his size and oppose, his will on Usyk. And that should be the game plan. Go ahead, G.
When was the last time we seen that AJ in the ring? You know what I'm saying? Like that AJ, I think is gone.
You said it's dead and going? You said it's dead and going?
Yo, he's like Russell Parker. These guys, I think now they just rely on they ability not to get hit. They don't like how it feels to get hit. So I don't know if that AJ's gonna come back, man. I'm just saying. Like, I hope I'm wrong, but
you know how he was saying how he don't look at film? That I don't think that's true. He has to look at this film to realize where he had success at and where he didn't, And I'm sure Robert Garcia and their whole family, Robert Garcia's dad, they're sitting there. These guys are film guys. That's what they do, And so I know that they're gonna be sitting back looking at film, and they're gonna have him in there too. So he has to, in order to beat somebody as skilled as Usyk. I've been raving about Usyk for a while now, and the Ant has came through, He has came through and he's made a way for himself, and he's dangerous. But Joshua did have success in that fight, and I think if he can come with that same energy. You know, I think that he could probably make it a different fight, but he got to come with that dog. That's the only way. That's the only way, because that's the only. I'm watching that fight and I'm thinking about that fight. That's the only time he's gonna have to. I don't want to say throw caution to the wind or sell out at sometimes, but he's gonna have to try to take this fight and bully Usyk.
When I hear Joshua speak, sometimes it's deep on so many levels, but I don't even want to peel back those layers, particularly in this topic. What I feel like I'm experiencing from Joshua is an identity crisis. Like 1 minute he's saying like he's boxing like Ali, but he misses, splitting people's faces when he's the one who controls everything. What McCracken says to him is one thing, but what do you feel? McCracken can tell you you're boxing brilliant, but when you were in that ring, did you feel that way? Did it feel brilliant? When you were up against those ropes in the 12th round, and like G said, Usyk was putting that onslaught on you, did it feel brilliant? When you were standing there waiting for the decision, you didn't look that confident. Did you know you won? Did you feel great about like the odds of your hands being raised? You couldn't have. So how was it brilliant? How'd you feel like Ali? How'd you feel like you put on a great performance? And if you didn't feel that way, and that's what they're telling you, you're the one who decides. You have the final say so when you're AJ, because you're the only one that's in the ring. Which brings me to my next point about AJ. It seems like AJ is a fighter with a plan A, no B, no C. Plan A, no B, no C. With a toolbox, that's great. Great enough to do. Plan A, plan B, plan C. But it just seems like he was never willing to adjust. He was always doing the same thing. Every round, he was trying to do the same thing. And I think that was McCracken's biggest mistake. See, him getting rid of McCracken, I'm okay with it, because I feel like Joshua, it was never trained to make adjustments on his own. He always looked to his corner. And what I mean by that is Floyd Mayweather would make adjustments like this in the ring. He'd figure his opponent out. But also it's like, boxing should be like chess. If you play chess long enough, you see certain openings, you know what defenses you need to do to prevent yourself from getting a quick mate, So when you see certain openings in boxing, you should know, in order to avoid this, I got to do this. Oh, if he does that, he keeps doing that, I'm going to do this. If he does this, I'm going to do that. And I feel like AJ is being told what to do and not learning what to do so he can process it in the ring. So in return, like G brings up, when you talk about Joshua Buatsi, we can literally see him thinking about what he's supposed to be doing, because he has to be told to do it because he can't read it in the moment. But what makes you good is being able to read it in the moment, right? Because if I'm playing chess against someone, no one's allowed to stand over my shoulder and tell me how to move the pieces. So you're supposed to teach me, if someone opens with this, use this defense. If someone opens with this open, you got to use that. And I have to have it in my head already by the time I play that game. And if I don't, then it's a wrap. And a lot of what I feel like what happens with Joshua is he's a step behind. He's a step behind a guy like Usyk. And by the time he figures out what he needs to do for what Usyk was doing to him, then Usyk's going to switch it up because Usyk has the toolbox. So when it comes to AJ and the things he's talking about, what if AJ could just beat Usyk with a 1-2, which I think is possible?
Which he could if he.
That's what I think.
The Lennox Lewis style, 1-2, grab. Now Usyk can't dance around no more. 1-2, grab. 1-2, grab.
Thank you. Similar to Jamel Charlo with Brian Castano.
Mm-hmm.
The first fight, he let Brian Castano throw those combos, and he tried to throw combos with him. All he had to do was use his reach, make it hard for him to get through the jab. If he get through the jab, hit him with the right hand. He get through the jab, right hand, just hold him.
Yep.
What if you could do that? The world's going to say it was boring. F them. You are the dude. It's not them. Which brings me to my last point when it comes to AJ. Like, I think AJ is extremely talented. I like AJ. I've always rooted for AJ. Check the tapes. But I think he cares too much about trying to fit everyone's image and expectations of him. You can't do it. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible. Like, he feels like if he would have just straight knocked Usyk out, he wouldn't have got credit, and everyone would have been like G would have been yelling, he was Ukrainian soup. He was Ukrainian soup. So what?
He was right, though, about that. He not lying. I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? Soup is good food. That's all I would say. Soup is good food. If they say Usyk is, I say, okay, well then tell Fury to beat him, tell Deontay Wilder to beat him. It was my mandatory. You feel me? But he wants to do too much. Like he said, I was looking like Ali in there. No one will ever look like Ali. Ever. There's only one Ali. There will only be one Ali. No one will ever look like Ali. There's only one Floyd Mayweather. There'll never be another Floyd Mayweather. You can learn from them. You can take what they did well and implement it in your game, but they are who they are. Like, you know, so I say all that to say, I think like Josh was in like a real identity crisis of trying to figure out who he wants to be. But why can't you be,
I'm just saying, if you got to be somebody else that you not, be Lennox. You know what I'm saying? Be Lennox Lewis. I'm just saying.
Not even that. Why can't you be everything? Why can't you do everything? Right? He said he was boxing like Muhammad, but he wants to go back to splitting people's face open. You can box and split someone's face open in the same fight. I've seen it done. That's called adjustments. Right? Go hard on him, try to split his face open, and then once he tries to adjust to that, then box him. Mayweather, people don't understand. I've seen Mayweather switch it up so many times. 1 minute, Mayweather standing in the middle of the ring, dusting people up. The next minute, he's taking them for a walk around, moving around. The next minute, you know what I'm saying? He's in and out like Floyd. Floyd do so many things. But AJ, you can do more than just one thing. And you can be the deciding factor, not your corner. So if your corner's telling you you're winning, but you feel like you're losing, you're losing. And sometimes your corner lies. Last point. Look at Terrence Crawford when he was fighting Sean Porter. Although they weren't lying to him, they told him you were losing. He was down on like some ringside experts cards. He said, "I'm losing." They said, "Yeah, you losing." That's when he went out there with the urgency and stopped Sean Porter. Now that's what I call a good corner. Now he was up on the official scorecards. What? Go ahead.
But and the two gentlemen that you mentioned, these guys are arguably geniuses in the ring. Floyd and TC. These guys could adjust like that. A lot of fighters just can't do that. We know that. They're stuck in their ways. They need their corner to say, you have to do this. You have to do that. If their corner's not telling them this, they just gonna do what it was second nature to them. You know, it's just difficult for a lot of guys. I think in the heavyweight division, Tyson Fury is probably the only guy that I could honestly think of that could just make adjustments on the fly like that. You know, like all of the rest of these guys, including AJ, they're just too. Oh yeah, and Usyk. My bad. Yeah, everybody he's fighting against Usyk. I'm just saying any other guy outside of Usyk would be Tyson Fury. The rest of these guys, they're just good at something and they stay to what they know. You know, unless their corner's like, all right, we're gonna work on this for training camp. You're gonna do this, and it's like they just know plan A. If they have to go to plan B, maybe they got a plan B. Forget about a plan C, bro. You know what I'm saying? A dude like AJ's not doing that. You know, a Usyk, a Fury, a TC, a Floyd, these guys could adjust like that. The rest of these guys, they're too mechanical, man. They just know what they know, and that's all that they know.
You're right. And I'm like I said, there's so many layers to this, and then like I don't want to spend all the time on it, but that's what makes them easy for someone like Usyk. Like even AJ right now talking about, oh, I want to go back to peeling his head off, and them talking about how he's going to be this killing machine. All Usyk says is, thanks for telling me the one way he's going to know how to fight when he comes in the ring. So I'll be prepared for that. I'll be prepared for this. I'll be prepared for that. in the end, AJ needs to read and react, and he needs to use his physical advantages so that he can win. That's the end of it. How it comes about is how it comes about. But we'll move on to the next one because we've been on this one for a while. In the end, AJ sounding to me like someone with identity crisis. And check the tapes. I like AJ. Know who you are. Know what you're capable of, and implement this shit. You know what I mean?
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.